Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Chill English Channel. I'm Sophia, and I'm really happy you decided to spend some time with us today.
And I'm Jake. Whether you're listening at home, walking outside, driving, or relaxing with a cup of coffee, thank you for being here with us.
We hope this conversation helps you improve your English in a calm and natural way. Just relax, listen carefully, and enjoy the rhythm of real conversation.
Today we have a topic that is simple, practical, and very important for everyday life. We are going to talk about staying calm and reacting to nothing.
That idea may sound a little strange at first. You might wonder, should I really react to nothing? Of course, we're not saying you should ignore everything in life.
Exactly. We are talking about choosing your reactions instead of giving your emotions away to every small situation.
This episode is designed for English learners around the B1 to C1 level, so we will use natural English with useful vocabulary and clear explanations.
Remember, you don't have to understand every single word. Focus on the general meaning and your listening skills will grow naturally over time.
Before we begin, we'd like to ask you one simple question.
Think about this while you listen. What is the last small thing that made you feel upset?
Maybe someone said something rude.
Maybe you were stuck in traffic.
Maybe someone ignored your message.
Or perhaps something simply didn't go the way you expected.
Whatever came to mind, keep it there for a moment.
Because today we're going to explore why those little moments often have much more power over us than they should.
Jake, have you ever noticed that some people stay calm almost all the time?
Yes, and I used to think they were simply lucky or naturally relaxed.
Me too. I imagined they never had problems.
But then I realized something interesting. They have problems just like everyone else.
The difference is not their life.
The difference is often their reaction.
That is such an important idea.
Imagine two people standing in the rain.
One person becomes angry immediately. They complain about the weather, their clothes, and their bad luck.
The other person notices the rain, opens an umbrella, smiles a little, and keeps walking.
The rain is exactly the same.
But the experience becomes completely different because of the reaction.
Sometimes we think other people control our emotions.
But often they simply trigger emotions that are already waiting inside us.
That's a powerful way to think about it.
It also means we have more control than we often believe.
Let me ask you something, Jake.
Go ahead.
Were you always a calm person?
Definitely not.
Really?
Oh no, when I was younger, I reacted to almost everything.
Can you give us an example?
Sure. If someone criticized my work, I felt offended immediately.
Even if the criticism was helpful?
Yes, I didn't stop to think about it. I simply felt attacked.
I think many listeners can relate to that.
Then, if someone disagreed with me, I wanted to prove that I was right.
So every conversation became a competition.
Sometimes, yes.
That sounds exhausting.
It really was.
What changed?
I slowly realized that being right didn't always make me peaceful.
That's an interesting sentence.
Winning an argument often felt good for only a few minutes.
But the stress stayed much longer.
Exactly.
I had a similar experience.
Really?
Yes, I used to worry a lot about what people thought about me.
That's very common.
If someone looked serious while talking to me, I immediately assumed I had done something wrong.
Even if they were just having a difficult day?
Exactly.
Our minds love creating stories.
Yes, and those stories are often completely wrong.
We don't actually know what another person is thinking.
But somehow we become very confident about our imagination.
That's true.
One day, I asked a friend if everything was okay because she seemed upset with me.
And what happened?
She looked surprised and said she wasn't upset with me at all.
Really?
She had simply slept very badly the night before and felt tired all day.
So your mind created a problem that didn't exist.
Exactly.
I think we all do that sometimes.
Since then, I try to pause before believing every thought that appears in my mind.
That pause is incredibly valuable.
Because thoughts are not always facts.
And emotions are not always instructions.
I like that.
Just because you feel angry doesn't mean you have to speak immediately.
Just because you feel embarrassed doesn't mean everyone is judging you.
Just because you feel worried doesn't mean something bad is actually happening.
Our emotions give us information.
But they shouldn't always become our boss.
Another thing I've noticed is that many people react quickly because silence feels uncomfortable.
That's true.
Someone says something negative.
And within 1 second, we already have an answer.
Sometimes we interrupt.
Sometimes we defend ourselves before the other person even finishes speaking.
But imagine taking one slow breath first.
That single breath can completely change the conversation.
Instead of reacting automatically, you begin responding thoughtfully.
And thoughtful responses usually create much better results than emotional reactions.
This doesn't mean becoming cold or emotionless.
Not at all.
It simply means giving yourself enough space to choose your next action wisely.
And that small space between what happens and how you respond can quietly change the quality of your entire life.
I think one of the biggest misunderstandings about staying calm is that people believe calmness means weakness.
Yes, I've heard people say things like, if you don't react, people will think you're afraid. But real calmness is very different from fear.
In fact, staying calm often requires much more courage than reacting with anger.
Let's imagine a simple situation. You're at work, and someone speaks to you in a rude tone.
Your first reaction might be to answer in exactly the same way.
Because your emotions immediately want fairness.
Your mind says, if they were rude to me, I should be rude back.
But what usually happens after that?
The conversation becomes even more negative.
Both people leave feeling frustrated.
And sometimes they continue thinking about that conversation for hours.
Maybe even for the entire day.
Isn't it interesting how one short moment can steal so much of our attention?
It really is.
We often believe we are carrying the problem.
But many times we are only carrying the memory of the problem.
That difference is important.
Because the event may have lasted only 30 seconds.
Yet we replay it again and again inside our minds.
We imagine different replies.
We wish we had said something smarter.
Or we imagine future conversations that may never happen.
Have you ever done that, Jake?
More times than I would like to admit.
Me too.
Sometimes I finish a meeting, drive home, and suddenly I'm having the same conversation again in my head.
Except this time, you win every argument.
Exactly. In my imagination, I suddenly become incredibly clever.
That sounds familiar.
But then I ask myself one question.
What question?
Is this helping my life right now?
That's a simple question.
And usually, the answer is no.
Because while I'm replaying that moment, life is continuing around me.
I'm missing the present because I'm arguing with the past.
I love that sentence.
Thank you.
The past cannot hear your new answers.
No, it can't.
Another habit that steals our peace is taking everything personally.
That's a difficult habit to break.
Someone forgets to say hello.
We think they dislike us.
Someone doesn't reply quickly.
We assume they're ignoring us.
Someone looks serious.
We believe we caused it.
But the truth is that every person is carrying their own invisible story.
They may be worried about their family.
They may be thinking about work.
They may simply be tired.
Most people are thinking much more about their own lives than about ours.
Realizing that can actually feel very freeing.
Instead of asking, why did they do that to me?
We can ask, what else could be happening that I don't know?
That question creates curiosity instead of judgment.
And curiosity usually makes us calmer.
Let's talk about social media for a moment.
That's a perfect example.
Online, people react immediately.
Very quickly.
They read one sentence,
Then they write a long emotional reply.
sometimes without even reading the whole message.
Or without checking whether they understood it correctly.
Have you ever written a message while feeling angry?
Unfortunately, yes.
Did you send it?
Once or twice.
And how did that work out?
Not very well.
I think many of us have learned that lesson.
Now I have a small personal rule.
Tell us.
If I'm emotionally upset, I don't send important messages immediately.
That's a wise habit.
I write the message if I need to.
But then,
I leave it for a while.
even 10 minutes can make a difference.
Sometimes I come back later and delete half of what I wrote.
Because your emotions become quieter.
Exactly.
When we're emotional, everything feels urgent.
But not everything is actually urgent.
That's another valuable lesson.
Calm people don't necessarily have fewer emotions.
They simply create a little space before acting.
That small pause protects relationships.
It also protects our own peace.
Another thing I've learned is that we don't have to attend every argument we're invited to.
I really like that expression.
Sometimes another person wants a fight.
They may already be angry before they even meet you.
If you immediately match their energy, the situation grows.
But if you stay steady, something interesting often happens.
The conversation loses its fuel.
Not always,
No, not always.
but much more often than we expect.
Because arguments usually need two active participants.
There's another important point.
What's that?
Staying calm doesn't mean accepting bad behavior forever.
That's true.
You can still set healthy boundaries.
You can still say no.
You can still leave an unhealthy situation.
The difference is that you make those decisions with a clear mind instead of an explosive emotion.
Calmness gives you clarity.
Anger often makes your vision smaller.
Let's imagine another example.
You're waiting in a long line at a supermarket.
The cashier is moving slowly.
Someone in front of you is asking many questions.
You have two choices.
You can become angry and make the next 10 minutes feel even longer.
Or you can accept that this moment is already happening.
Acceptance doesn't mean you enjoy waiting.
It simply means you stop fighting reality.
And the strange thing is that accepting reality often feels much lighter than resisting it.
We spend so much energy wishing the present were different.
Instead of using that energy to respond wisely.
The more I practice this, the more I realize something.
What have you discovered?
Peace is usually not found by controlling everything around us.
It's found by learning to control what happens inside us.
I think that is a beautiful place to continue, because once we understand that peace begins inside us, we start looking at life differently.
Yes, we stop asking, how can I control everyone around me, and begin asking, how can I guide my own mind?
That second question is much more useful.
And surprisingly, it also gives us much more freedom.
Let's imagine that you wake up tomorrow morning.
You look outside, and it's raining.
Maybe you had planned to go for a walk.
Your first thought could be, today is ruined.
Or your first thought could be, that wasn't my plan, but I can still have a good day.
The weather didn't change.
But your experience did.
This is something we can practice every day with very small situations.
Maybe your coffee is colder than you expected.
Maybe the internet becomes slow.
Maybe someone arrives a little late.
These moments seem unimportant, but they are actually training opportunities.
Every small reaction becomes practice for the bigger challenges in life.
That's why calmness is like a muscle.
The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes.
At first, it feels difficult.
Then it becomes more natural.
Eventually, people may even ask you, how do you stay so calm?
They won't see all the quiet practice behind it.
Exactly.
Jake, if you could give our listeners just one piece of advice from today's conversation, what would it be?
Mine would be simple.
Go ahead.
Don't react immediately.
Just that?
Yes, give yourself one breath before you answer, 1 minute before you send the message, or one walk before making an important decision.
That's excellent advice.
Those small pauses often prevent very big regrets.
I think my advice would be a little different.
I'd love to hear it.
Stop asking whether every situation deserves your attention.
Interesting.
Instead, ask whether it deserves your peace.
I really like that.
Not every opinion deserves a response.
Not every criticism deserves your energy.
Not every misunderstanding deserves an argument.
Sometimes, the strongest response is quiet confidence.
There's a quote I once heard that stayed with me.
What was it?
I think it went, "The less you react, the more peaceful your life becomes."
That doesn't mean becoming passive.
No.
It means becoming intentional.
Exactly.
You choose your words.
You choose your actions.
Most importantly, you choose what deserves space in your mind.
Before we finish, let's review some useful vocabulary from today's episode.
Great idea.
The first word is trigger.
A trigger is something that causes a strong emotional reaction.
For example, negative comments can trigger feelings of anger.
The next word is pause.
A pause is a short stop before continuing.
You could say, I took a short pause before answering the difficult question.
Another useful word is boundary.
A boundary is a healthy limit that protects your time, energy, or well-being.
For example, setting clear boundaries helps create healthier relationships.
The next word is acceptance.
Acceptance means recognizing reality without fighting it.
You might say, acceptance helped me feel calmer during a difficult situation.
Another important word is clarity.
Clarity means being able to think clearly and understand a situation well.
For example, after taking a walk, I had more clarity about the problem.
We also used the word intentional.
Intentional means done with purpose instead of by accident.
For example, I try to be intentional with how I spend my time.
And our final word is peaceful.
Peaceful means calm, quiet, and free from unnecessary stress.
You could say, reading for 20 minutes every evening helps me feel peaceful.
These are wonderful words to practice because you'll hear them often in real English conversations.
Here's a simple challenge for you.
The next time something small goes wrong today,
Before reacting, take one slow breath.
then ask yourself, will this matter a week from now?
If the answer is no, perhaps it doesn't deserve all of your energy today.
Little by little, these moments create a calmer mind.
And a calmer mind often creates a happier life.
Remember, you don't have to control every situation.
You only need to become better at guiding your own response.
Progress doesn't happen in one perfect day.
It happens through many small choices made over time.
We hope today's conversation helped you improve both your English and your perspective.
If you enjoyed this episode, we'd love for you to leave a comment and practice your English with us.
You can write, I'm blank from blank, and one situation where I will stay calmer is blank.
We truly enjoy reading your comments, and it's inspiring to see learners from all around the world supporting one another.
Thank you for spending this time with us.
Keep learning, keep growing, and remember that real strength is often quiet.
Take care of yourself, stay calm, react to nothing that steals your peace, and we'll see you in the next episode of Chill English Channel.